Welcome to Bonus Action! I am your friendly, humble dungeon master, or thanks to Josh, your campaign manager, David Armstrong. Welcome to Bonus Action, where friends don't let friends adventure alone. If you've never seen a Dungeons & Dragons game or played a game yourself before, you're in luck. We are embarking on our first one here at Bonus Action, and so I might serve as a very good introduction to the whole game. Some of our players are joining the game for the first time themselves as well. We wanted to start the campaign off a little bit differently. The 6 characters who will eventually comprise our party are going to eventually come together in episode 1, but before episode 1, we wanted to kind of split them up into pairs, and since they work for this company, they are going on these little team building excursions, which we're calling odd jobs. And this is the second of 3, or number 2 of 3, or whatever, insert number here. But the 2 players that are joining me for this one is, first of all, you already know him, you love him, is the left guy on Previewed. It's Jay Schmidt.
Hi guys!
Hi Jay, how are you?
I'm excellent. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm so excited because we can talk about this. I'm so excited for everybody to meet your character for Dungeons & Dragons.
Yes, he's my favorite character I've ever played. I love him very much.
But speaking of that, I asked our other players, you know, what's your experience with Dungeons & Dragons so far?
I mean, I've played on and off since high school. It's been kind of like like a lot of people in COVID. Like I kind of found it once again.
Oh, this.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, this thing I like. I now have a ton of time to do it.
Yep.
But it's kind of something that was always like in and out growing up. But now, like as an adult, I've kind of found it again and have been playing like crazy for like the past like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
It's always been. I've always found it fun because for me it feels like I know people always call it nerd poker, but it's like the perfect way to like hang out with your friends and reconnect while also having a separate activity to do, and you get to improv and pretend. So
and it is in its own way gambling.
Yeah. I mean, as someone who's played a rogue with a gambling problem, yes. Right. I've lost a boat in a D&D poker match that my wife still throws shade at me about.
And she doesn't play Dungeons & Dragons.
Did you lose your boat this time?
But she just knows that you lost a boat.
Did you lose your boat this time, nerd? And I'm like,
He got it back.
I got it back.
And joining him for this little excursion, for this odd job, we have first-time player, Jerron Young.
Hello, everybody. Hey.
So, Jerron, have you ever played a different tabletop RPG or like any sort of game in this realm, something D&D adjacent?
Like once, but it was like Western themed.
Ooh.
But it wasn't like I don't think I rolled any die or anything. I don't remember exactly. But it was like story based, like RPG.
You were just sitting around as cowboys?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Just in an empty saloon.
Was it just one of those old-timey picture places and you guys just took it way too seriously?
Please, you guys have to leave. You took your picture already.
Who brought all this sarsaparilla?
Yeah, we were playing on the Nickelodeon, all that stuff. Yeah.
I love it. Do you have a favorite game that like a board game or like a home game that you would play?
Oh, I have a game that I really like that me and my friends we can't play anymore. Twilight Imperium, because we fight. It's like
gets too serious.
Yeah, it's 10 hours long and we fight if our plans don't. Because you're building a plan for like a while, and if somebody messes up your plan, you're like angry as if this is like real at that point. Yeah, it's like I invested a lot. You ruined my dream.
Because you planned in real life.
Yeah.
Jerron and I worked at the same restaurant for a good long time, and I remember him coming into work, and I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he's like, "Yo, I have been making my Twilight Imperium dreams come true, and it just got dunked on, and I don't want to talk to anybody." I'm like, "Cool, great. I'm gonna go this way." Fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of planning. A lot of planning for somebody to ruin it with a new law or whatever, however they want to slight you.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Well, I hope none of that happens here, but it could. Anything can happen in Dungeons and Dragons. These dudes are going to help me tell a story. Dungeons and Dragons is a collaborative storytelling game. We don't know what's going to happen. We'll make it up as we go along. I'm excited for you to meet these two characters. Without further ado, I want to welcome you all to Wild Country. Boop.
Transition.
It's just me doing this.
So hell will met. Your destiny's not set. When you're a misfit, everything's miss or hit. Better think fast. The die is cast. So hell will met. Your destiny's not set. Where once it was just you, now we're all coming to. You're not on your own, 'cause friends don't let friends adventure alone. It's time to be a hero.
You two have been sent forth from the capital island of Selbin, a little westward. It's a very small boat ride, practically a gondolier, a Venetian like little canal boat, essentially taking you across to the western Crescent Moon Island. Some people nickname it the Fertile Crescent. It is mostly covered with a large and lush fruit forest. So all manner of various fruits grow here. It's mostly unsettled. There's a few like small encampments in and around the forest. Some of them are older druids who tend to the fruits, but most people just come by to visit, take pictures, that sort of thing. Oh, honey, look. And then they go back to the capital. You've arrived, you're kind of, the two of you are kind of walking along the path. The camera shot is a little odd at first because it's framed for two human-sized humanoids, and then it kind of tracks down a little bit, and we see the first of the diminutive figures. Jay, do you want to introduce us to what the audience sees?
My name is Barbaric Warmhearth, Haler Wervet. I'm a dwarf. I have just the most striking of red hair and the most striking of red beards. And you can see from the dust and soot on my overalls and all of my adjacent tools, you see that I am a blacksmith. I hail from Stone's Throw, and I'm just happy to be here. I don't get out much. I make a lot of tools with my father and my mother, and honestly, I'm just excited to see the world.
This is Barbaric's first time outside of Stone's Throw.
Yes, it is.
How are you? How are you finding the rest of the world so far? I'd say since you've left Stone's Throw, it's been about a couple weeks. You have come to the capital with Alistair, whom you've met probably about a handful of times previously.
He's a great guy. He's wonderful.
He's all right. So where does Barbaric, how does he feel about the world so far?
Honestly, it's amazing. There've been many adventurers who have passed through the Warm Hearth, the blacksmith shop, and we build them things, and I always think to myself, Barbaric, you're making a sword that maybe is going to impale a griffin, or is going to, maybe making a spear that someone's going to throw and maybe, catch a bird. Or a fruit. There's a bit of fruit here. You could spear some fruit with it. There's so many amazing things. All of these things that I've built get to do, but I've not got to do them. So I'm excited to be the tool.
You're excited to make some stories of your own.
I'm a tool. Did you know that? A tool.
As you turn to say, I'm a tool to your partner, the camera sort of pans over. And Jaron, would you like to describe what the camera sees appearance-wise of your character, and then introduce him to us?
He's short.
Yes.
But don't mention it. Don't you dare mention it. And he's very cool. He's got a cane. And he's got on pants.
I like your pants. They're very good.
Thank you. I like my pants too. They come down to his ankle. So a little short. Yeah, and a flowy, puffy shirt.
Can I just touch the puff on the shirt?
Please don't.
I'm so sorry. I just want to.
Please don't touch me.
So puffy.
Okay, that's fine. You look at the puff. You don't have to touch it. Okay, all right.
I love it. Marlon, did you say the whole name yet?
Oh, Marlon Steel Flame Waynes. Marlon Waynes for sure.
For short. It still makes me laugh every time.
I didn't realize until right before we started playing, and I peeked over his character sheet, and I was like, is Marlon's last name Waynes? And he's like, yeah.
It's spelled in a fantasy way, so, don't worry about it. But, yeah, it's Marlon Wayans. It's my favorite thing. I'm never going to get over it. Wonderful.
Everyone has their first character, and yours is Marlon Waynes.
The Waynes, man.
Go with it. Incredible. Marlon has been around a little bit more well-traveled than Brick, than your colleague here. But I would say this is probably the first time that you've been to the capital. It's a bustling city in contrast to you're from Lena Pak, and that is a little bit more of a desolate edge of civilization town. How is Marlon finding a larger civilization to deal with?
Very noisy.
Very noisy.
Very noisy. A lot of rats.
It's a lot of rats.
A lot of rats.
They haven't figured out how to control it. Unfortunately, it's built on a foundation of a lot of wizards who conjured a lot of rats in previous histories.
Sick bastards.
And the thing about rats is they never go away.
No.
You just keep on repopulating.
Yep. And they don't die.
They don't die.
Old rats.
Very old
Raising turtles.
I always suspected the man who lived around the lane, I thought he was an old rat. But he's a dwarf, but he kind of, he's old, he looks like a rat. So I always thought he was a rat.
Your instincts were right.
Yeah.
It's probably a rat.
Probably. If I played a little tune on my flute, I could maybe lure him out.
Do you have a flute?
No.
Okay.
I just thought it'd be fun. I can make a flute. Do you want a flute?
Please.
All right.
As you're sort of imagining how to make this flute, there's a sort of a collective flashback. You two are in the capital. You're in this kind of decorated purple office, oval in shape, and sitting across a desk from you two. There's two chairs. I don't know if Brick or Marlon would want to be sitting or stand. You're standing, Brick. You're standing as well.
Do you want me to stand? I will stand.
He immediately stands up.
He was sitting, and now he stood up.
I just want a. Is it? I could. The chair's here, though.
The elder elf who's sitting across from you two, this dark-skinned, long white-haired, green-eyed figure, Alistair McAlpine, sort of Brick. If you can do what you like, so if you want to sit, please be comfortable.
Oh, okay.
Marlon, I will extend the invitation one more time. If you want to sit,
No, thank you.
very well.
I'll stand.
Oh, you should try these pillows. They're kind of like your shirt. They're really fluffy. You might want to. You could have fluff here, fluff down there, or fluff on both sides.
I'll stand.
Fluff
Thank-
sandwich.
Thank you, Brick. Thank you, Brick. I'll stand.
You're welcome.
Well, Brick and Marlon, I wanted to, before things get a little busy here at the compound, I wanted to send you two out. There's been a report that one of the items that we've been looking for a while has appeared again in the very event, which is the large forest on Crescent Moon Island. I don't know if either of you are familiar with it.
Is that one with the fruit?
It is the one with the fruit, yes.
The fruit there.
I've never had any fruit.
It's a little inexplicable. Some magic property. Several fruits grow on trees when they were not previously supposed to be growing from trees. Like they're supposed to be from vines or bushes or I can't think of any other plants. But they are
Venus
all,
flytraps. That's another kind of plant.
That is another.
I've never seen one though.
I've never seen one. I have seen one, but I don't recall them having fruits. But
Yeah, that'd probably be kind of macabre, wouldn't it?
that would be odd if they had like a.
Yes, it's like they
sort
take
of-
up the bugs and then make it into a fruit.
Yeah, and then
It'd be
make
like
it
a
into
bug fruit.
A bug fruit.
Yeah,
a brute.
if there's fruit in there, it's a trap.
Oh, that's good. Yes. Then it'd be a Venus dwarf trap, if you know what I'm saying. Because I didn't go in there and did the.
See what you did there?
Alistair actually does laugh a little bit to himself, but he says, yes, the only thing I would caution you against, it is itself a fruit. So I would, as the temptation may be to eat it, please do not eat it.
What kind of fruit are we talking about?
They're grapes.
Grapes.
Made of grapes.
It's not made of grapes, they are grapes.
Well, aren't grapes made out of grapes?
Oh, that's an interesting question. It's sort of like, is water wet?
And if it was old, wouldn't it be wine now?
Well, that's very astute, Marlon. The grapes themselves are magical. They have not aged. Yeah. They have not been turned into wine. They have not been turned into raisins.
Have you ever had a fruit like that? You said you've had many fruits.
I've had many fruits, but not a fruit planet.
List all of the fruits you've ever eaten.
Apples, bananas. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That is the main two.
That's good. Yeah. That's more than me.
If you could rank them, apples or bananas.
No, I can't.
Interesting.
Different.
It's like that saying. They're like apples and bananas. Yeah, the old saying,
Yes.
as we all say.
Yes.
Wonderful. So just please. That's the only thing. Just remember, don't eat the grapes. But other than that, you should be fine.
Okay. I feel like I want to eat
That-
grape.
I mean, we're gonna look at him and we're gonna say, if he said don't eat them, of course we're gonna look at them and say, hey, I want to, but we shouldn't. We'll be accountability buddies
Yes.
for grape eating.
You're welcome to eat any of the other fruit you find in the very event. It's,
Don't mess with me. Right?
it's very delicious.
We can
Yes.
have as many as we want.
It's delicious.
Are any of the other fruits grapes?
That's a good question.
Oh, that is an interesting question. Not that I know of. These should ostensibly be the only grapes you find in the very event.
This is all well and good. I only have one question.
Please.
What are grapes?
As Alistair launches into an explanation of what a grape is, we flash back into the present. You're walking into the thicker part of the forest now. This path that's taken you from the water side is taking you now into the thicker canopy of the forest. I'm gonna hand it over to you guys. What would you like to do?
And correct me, we're still on the boat. Is that correct?
No, you've arrived. You've docked the gondolier. Sort of anything else I can do for you?
No, you've been perfectly pleasant. What was your name again?
Oh, my name's Gramps. Well, everybody calls me Gramps.
Gramps?
Yes.
Not grapes.
No, not grapes.
Gramps.
Grapes.
Gramps. Yes.
Okay, because grapes would make sense.
Why would grapes make sense?
Cause
Do I look like a grape?
I
Right.
don't really know exactly.
yeah.
Oh, well, no.
Okay.
But thank you. There shouldn't be any grapes in there.
Gramps, we thank you so much for your time. You've been wonderful.
I give him whatever.
He just holds his hand out, waiting.
I grease his palm with 2 gold pieces.
Very kind. Thank you. Oh. What did you give him?
A lock of my hair.
He very stealthily just tries to. Good shampoo. He puts them away and pushes the boat back off of the docks. And you're here on Crescent Moon Island. What would you like to do?
Is there anyone around? Are we in a town, or are we just on the shore?
Yeah, you're on the shore. It's there's like, it looks like some wooden docks have been erected here on the beach to receive the gondoliers. But yeah, there's not really any attendance around. It's pretty deserted as in terms of a settlement.
Wonderful. Well, I think a grape hunting we shall go.
Okay.
And I think Brick kind of marches off into the woods.
As you march off, there's another, I'm going to say there's another flashback. This time it's just Brick sitting. You're in a tavern in the capital. It's pretty bustling. The sign says Marley's, and a couple of drinks are placed in front of you, and Alistair is sitting on the other side. And he turns to the waiter. Thank you so much. Brick, please. It's my treat.
Brick just hammers it.
One more, please.
Yes, this is delicious.
It is. First time in the capital.
Absolutely.
How much of your, I hate to, get right down into business, but how much of your parents told you about your gift?
Well, they've told me, apparently the giant's blood runs through our family, and, well, I'm the one it picked. So, all these things I've been able to do, my father for the longest time told me they were old warm hearth blacksmith secrets, so I shouldn't tell anyone, but now that I know that everything going on with magic, they just wanted to keep me safe.
Of course.
But what a happy day when I was told that I'm kind of like a wizard. Kinda, a little bit.
Sort of, yes.
Sort of.
The distinction being that wizards sort of have to learn that power, and you were just
do it.
sort of granted it. Yeah.
I just do it.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and the thing too is that the war is over. So, I don't know how much you were told about
Yes,
the war.
I mean, obviously a terrible thing, but now that, magic is allowed again, I suppose, I was told I could bring Torch along with me.
Do you have your hammer with you right now?
Oh, of course, yeah, it's on his belt. And Brick puts his hammer that he has called the Labor's Melody and on the table, and he unscrews the top of it. And Brick's arcane focus comes shooting out. It's a small fire elemental that Brick has very affectionately named Torch.
This little tiny torch flame comes to light. It looks like one of the little like Party City Halloween little cloth things, but it comes to life out of the hammer, and you can see it like a fiery top hat, like he tips its hat to you.
Yes, hello, Brick. I wasn't aware that you were going to talk, but this is a delight. A new friend with you.
He points at Alistair. Alistair goes sort of, oh, I haven't seen an elemental in a few decades.
Well, you're witnessing one right now. I feel like this is going to be a vocal choice that David is going to really, really regret. We'll see.
The torch starts doing a little tap dance. You see the little flames as it taps on your hammer. It's making light hammer, metal sounds because the hammer's made of metal. But Alistair nods, sort of takes it in. Well, I mean, looks like you're pretty well adjusted considering all of that.
Well, it's been the warm hearth way to take life as it comes and enjoy everything you're gifted in. I'm just very particularly gifted, and I'm just very much looking forward to whatever this is. I was told this is a job interview and I was supposed to wear my best overalls.
What are Brick's best overalls?
They're the ones that have all the buttons. They're just as dirty, but it's like,
Look, see, both sides are here.
Absolutely. Brick, it's not a job interview. You have the job as far as I'm concerned.
Oh,
You're going to be very useful and helpful in this endeavor of mine.
yes, I can make whatever weapons you need. I can make shields and swords, hammers.
Brick.
I'm very good at.
He
Yes.
sort of puts his hands out towards you, rather seriously. You see Torch takes the hat off and sort of looks expectantly towards Alistair. I don't want you making things, Brick. You're going to be going out and helping whatever sort of team I'm trying to build. It's going to be your magic that is going to be what's coming in handy here.
Okay. Wow. I wasn't. I would have. Do you promise?
I can guarantee it.
Wonderful.
You have some of these people that I've been finding sort of have a similar history like that. So I think you all might be able to help each other with it.
I've dreamed of this day for a very quite long time. I get to go on an adventure.
You very excitedly thinking about that. You see Torch tapping their foot excitedly, looking at you, ready to go on an adventure as well. The flashback ends as you're sort of marching off into the forest. Marlon, you watch your new colleague sort of walk ahead of you for a moment. I think you're holding back for a moment at least. What's going through Marlon's head? What's his initial reaction here?
If this is my partner, I'm gonna die.
You have a flashback thought as well. You see the Alice Sterling Grimhold, the complex. You could see the way that Alistair takes you through some of the hallways. You could see some of the magic items that are already here, sealed under various anti-magic fields to contain them, various containers and whatnot. You could see all manner of things, some of them are gloves, some of them are just these weird floating discs. Some of them look like literal spirits or ghosts, sort of just hanging out in an aquarium sort of thing. You don't quite understand. You can hear, as you walk by a couple of them, there's the lowest, almost imperceptible sort of humming from some of them, just sort of, free me, I'll give you whatever you want. But you ignore it, and you're walking with Alistair. He stops near a series of doors and opens one of them, and inside it's a pretty simply appointed room, like a one-bedroom, and right now it's like a step down from IKEA furniture. So it's it is a sturdy, good bed and a table. And they don't have a name. IKEA's things have fancy names. This is probably just under the name table. Bedside table, or a table, parentheses, bedside, things like that. And there's a simple carpet on the floor. And Alistair looks at you and says, I know that you are sort of at a loss at the moment, and I wanted to promise you that we will help you find your brothers and sisters. I have a feeling that whatever's coming, they may have gotten wrapped up in that, because the Shadow Dancer monks, you're all specializing in stealth, in escaping. That kind of group doesn't just go missing. Did you have a similar suspicion, or?
Yeah, I did.
I think your skills are going to come in very handy with our work here, and if you can help us out for a little bit. I will do my damnedest to help you find them. You can, for as long as you are here, you're welcome to stay here. When we find your family, you can go back to the temple, but this is your place for as long as you need it. You're welcome to stay as long as you like. If you want to decorate it or do whatever you like, it is yours. No need. No need. Well, it is a good view of the northern sea. If you meditate.
Sure. I'm meditating right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
You've rarely. I mean, Alistair is inexplicably he's an old elf, and you don't often see like an elf thrown for like a loop. But as you say that, Alistair sort of looks off into the middle distance. Huh. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like you, Marlon.
Like you too.
Can I ask you one question?
Sure.
What's Steel Flame from? What is that?
Steel Flame.
Yeah. How did you come to that name? Was that your parents, or
Just thought it was cool.
they just thought it was cool? He sort of gives a similar look. That is cool. The flashback ends. Does Marlon follow Brick?
Yes.
Incredible. As you head into the forest, I'm going to have you two each roll a nature check or a survival check. So it's a d20, and you each have a skill list. There's a bonus, a modifier that you're going to add to the result.
Brick is actually very good at survival.
Oh,
Weirdly.
good.
I forgot about that.
Your choice, nature or survival. Yeah.
All right, I'll roll nature. What am I trying to hit?
I will let you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm using nature. I got 16.
16. What did Brick get?
+1.
I used survival and I got a 10.
A 10. Okay, great. Between the 10 and the 16, that's more than enough. It's there's a few worn paths through the Variavant. Some of them look a little bit more well-worn than others, but so you two feel pretty confident about the paths you can follow. You can get through with a 16. I'll say you are absolutely able to take whichever paths you want. If you want to see if a less traveled one is more interesting or better for what you're looking for, up to you.
Well, if what we're looking for is particularly quite rare, maybe the less traveled path might be the right way.
I agree. That's the saying.
But that's also what's the saying?
You should go the road less traveled.
Who says that?
Everybody. That's what makes it a saying.
Ah, okay. I didn't know if that was like a monk secret or something. Do you have like a book, like for the group, like a monk Bible or something?
No.
Like a shadow Bible?
It's an oral tradition. It's all passed down.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
It's pretty cool.
I'm sorry that you can't find them.
Yeah. I just hope they didn't leave me.
I'm sure they didn't. Who would leave you? You're great.
You don't even know me.
Yeah, but we did the boat ride. We're old friends at this point. You know?
Yeah, sure.
We stood there and, talked about what we look like to nothing.
We cut back to on the boat. Just the exact same conversation we saw. Did they talk about anything else while on the boat ride over?
I think Brick just I feel like it's just Brick just asking a ton of different questions about fruit.
Yeah.
So like apples, what's the deal? Dwarves, we don't eat fruit really. It's mostly, we don't eat it.
I love it. Yeah, you guys are in the very van, and you can see now, you're starting to see some of the fruit trees. There are some typical fruit trees, so apples and oranges growing off of trees, lemons, limes, all of that. But yeah, there here and there are a couple of vined fruits, like there's a tomato tree. There is inexplicably a pumpkin tree. It looks very like stable.
And a pumpkin.
And yes, the trunk of this pumpkin tree kind of looks similar to like the pumpkin like stem on what would normally be on its like on the pumpkin vine. But yeah, what are you two doing as you go through?
Brick is. I'm just casting Mage Hand and like grabbing like fruits.
You absolutely can do that.
Of all shapes and sizes. I'm not a pumpkin. I've had a pumpkin before.
Oh, great. Okay.
But
That's a gourd. That's not.
it's a gourd. It's not really a fruit.
That's not fruit.
I just grabbing fruit and yeah, I guess just maintaining on like eating fruit while maintaining on the trail.
Make a Constitution saving throw? No, I'm kidding.
It's like beans.
David
killed Jay on the first Minnesota.
all I had to do was get him to eat fruit. Super simple.
This whole thing has been one large punk. It's like I'm gonna start a TTRPG show with my friends and then kill all their characters.
The long con.
Make sure you fill out your character sheets.
So that I can rip them up. So I can throw them in your face. Yeah, you taste all the fruit. The fruit, it all tastes incredibly fresh and delicious. Whatever like sort of magical property exists here in the Variavant, it preserves the fruit naturally a lot longer than maybe they normally would.
Mother, you've got to try one of these.
And I hand him like a pomegranate.
It's like the weird little things in there. It's like not the thing itself is not the thing. You gotta crack it open and have all the little weird little things in there.
Crack it open.
Yeah, you like crack it.
Crack it open.
I can smash it.
Yeah, you smash it.
Okay. And just
Yeah, it smashes open. You use your hammer.
Yeah.
It flattens. It doesn't crack open.
shoot my goop.
I just made another pomegranate.
Sure, yeah.
And then just rip it
And
open.
you tear it open.
And
Yep.
split it with Marlon.
Incredible.
You know, I like to think that, like, you know, where are the weird little things in the thing at Alice's house, you know?
Huh?
You know?
What?
Like, the little pieces in here that are, like, really the actual thing. I like to think that you and I, and in Alistair's, like, you know, place, we're kind of like that.
Oh, we're like the seeds.
We're little. And we're the best part of it. You know?
But there's like hundreds of seeds.
Well, we'll find more friends.
Okay. All right. Okay. And what's the covering his house? Or
Yeah, that's like Alistair's, you know,
or is
the
that
magic.
Alistair? Or
Yeah,
the inside of Alistair.
I hadn't thought of the metaphor that much through, Marlon. I gotta be honest with you. You know what? Let's not go back to that.
Okay.
I think maybe it's Alice's house, but it could be Alistair.
Okay.
But are we inside of we're under his protection.
Yes, we are.
Just got to rewrite the campaign.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna shrink down and go inside your body.
Oh, it's the what is that? Inside Adventure or something? Fantastic Voyage.
Yes. And you know what? You know what's inside of Alistair? Manticores. You gotta kill the small manticores.
That's been his diet for a century. It's just tiny
Eat more
manticores.
fruit.
As you're walking through the forest, you come across sort of a clearing, but it looks like there was kind of an older like park or monument that used to be here. It looks like it's largely made of stones, some of which have either worn away or like been toppled over and like taken to other places. Some of them look like they've been ingrained into the path that you're finding yourself on. Previous to this, it's like a lot of undergrowth and dirt, and you're finding like some like broken up like rocky pebbles as you're getting closer to this monument. It's sort of rises a little bit out of the ground, so I would say probably about like from where you're standing, it's probably like an incline of like 6 to 8 feet to like the top of this like what looked like a stone structure of some kind, like some sort of. I would probably say like an altar of some sort, like a table, and it looks like it's sort of collapsed in on itself. So you're seeing like it's just sort of the remnants and ruins of it. What would you like to do?
Is there like there's a semblance of like an altar or something, or like?
Yeah, it looks like two ends of a table. Like the middle has since collapsed in on itself, so you can see like on the top of the rise, there's like these like two like triangle shapes. I guess I shouldn't say rise. It's not that high. It's like 6 to 8 feet up. So yeah, and then probably about like 20, 30 feet away from where you are at the moment. But you are walking towards it. The forest kind of clears a little bit around here.
Can I like approach the altar and like can I see like what's? Can I make an investigation check on this thing?
You have an investigation check. Brick has stone cunning, doesn't he?
You know, I do actually.
Incredible.
So would that give me an advantage or?
It would give you advantage.
All right. Just gotta pick all my fun little dice. What am I gonna use? All right, these ones.
Picking dice, very important.
All right. Investigation. That is a 17.
17. You can see, even as you're approaching it, you haven't even necessarily laid hands anywhere on it yet. It looks dwarven made. You can't tell of which clan made it. It's a little ancient, a little rough. You would have to like sit down and really like sit with the rocks for a little bit. But you could see it looks like in dwarven make. It looks like some sort of monument or remembrance of something that once was here. Is the best that you can glean.
Is there any language, any dwarven text?
Make a different investigation check. This one not at advantage, but you're just looking for.
Well, beans. That's 5.
5. It looks like there's some rough like indents and carvings out of the stone, but it looks like with enough weather and age has like just made them just indents in a rock.
Can I take one of my fruits, I take a papaya,
Yes.
and I put it on the altar.
Oh, sure.
Just to see.
Oh, right in the.
Yeah, in the little groove.
Okay.
Is there like a groove?
Yeah, like where the two ends of that table you used to meet. There's sort of a groove right there. Nothing happens.
Well, I picked the papaya back up, obviously.
Make a dexterity saving throw for yourself.
You son of a gun.
Tee.
Dexterity, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good at those.
No, you're not. Yeah, brick.
Cool. Great. I'm gonna. You see. You see.
You're gonna use lucky.
Brick. You see Brick just kind of like glow a little bit.
Yes.
There's like a little bit of a fiery ember, and you can smell just like an old fireplace, and he just glows for a second. And I use my first lucky point, and that is a 15.
That's a 15. That is exactly what you needed to. As you go to grab the papaya, as you go to pick it back up, a vine shoots out from the ground, almost in between the groove of the two tables, of the two ends of the table, and wraps around the papaya and your arm. It like snaps into place, and you can feel like some thorns in the vine starting to grow out of it to like prick you, but you pull your arm back with enough force and enough reflex that the vine sort of staggers a little bit, not sure where its prey went, and it suddenly occurs to you with your stone cunning, it is these remembrances are often built with security measures in mind.
Oh no.
I'm going to ask Marlon, are you doing anything? You see Brick walk up. You see him place a papaya down. Nothing happens. You see him sort of shrug and pick the papaya back up, and you see and he manages to get away from it. What you would see from a distance, as well as Brick is doing that, you're starting to see some other vines like appear from the ground out of other parts of the altar. Some of them in between you and Brick, but a few of them are like behind Brick, ready to grab him. So if you're doing anything,
I'm going to punch those.
perfect. You can get up to a couple of them. They're starting to get to at least your guys' like height as they're rising out of the ground. So you are absolutely welcome to do that. The gnome, you should on the character sheet. They have a movement speed. I think it's 25 feet. It should be right at the top.
Oh, you gotta scroll up more.
Okay.
No, he's 35.
He's 35. Oh, because
Monks,
he's
baby.
a monk. He's a monk, baby.
baby.
With a 35 movement speed, yeah, almost like or I actually have you describe it. What does it look like as Marlin goes to punch these things?
It's like Barry Allen in Flash.
I don't know if we're gonna keep it in the edit, but it is we had an off-camera bit where we dunked on Barry Allen for a while, and I was very happy about it.
He runs at the speed of encouragement.
It's science! Like the wind, you move towards these tentacles. Go ahead and make your attacks. So you're going to roll a d20. You're going to add your... actually, it should list your attack
Hit
directly.
DC. You're +3.
Okay.
So you
Cool.
roll d20.
I got a 12 plus 3, 15.
15 hits. So you you stop right in front of the first tentacle as it like sort of rears back to whip Brick from behind, and you go ahead and punch. Roll your damage for it.
This is you roll a d4 and then add 1. That's 4,
4
baby.
plus 1.
Wow. 5 points.
Yes.
5. Whoops. I'm on the wrong
that shows you the
page.
right there.
Unprofessional.
1d4.
Unprofessional DM here. Wrong page. 5 points. You smack it. It gets off track from its attack. It tries to whip at Brick. It whiffs. You feel like this wind behind you.
But what is the papaya? Do I get that as well?
You have the papaya in your hand
Ah,
still.
beautiful.
Yes. The papaya. The papaya is. The papaya is fine. You punch the vine, and it looks like the other vines have sort of been made aware of all of you. So or both of you. So what are you two doing in this moment?
I think screw it.
Oh, I wouldn't screw it.
Can I use shadow arts? Can I do the what's that thing? The minor illusion?
Oh, you absolutely
good.
may. So you can. Describe what minor illusion you conjure in this moment.
It's a squirrel. It's a squirrel with a really deep voice that starts singing.
And what does it sing?
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal.
I'm going to have you roll a d20. You're going to add your wisdom modifier, so the wisdom modifier stat, and then your proficiency bonus, which is +2 for you level 4 folks.
Okay.
So you're gonna.
You'll find your the wisdom. You'll add your wisdom there. We'll
Okay.
wait. Forgive me. What did you just say?
Wisdom modifier and proficiency bonus.
Okay.
Okay, so your proficiency bonus is a +2, and your
Okay.
wisdom bonus is a 0. So you just add 2.
Okay.
So it's d20. So whatever you're rolling on the d20 +2.
Okay. 18.
Ew.
20.
That's a dirty 20, baby.
That's a dirty 20. That's a dirty 20. These vines are living sentient plants. They have enough intelligence that they are initially made aware of you two. This squirrel appears, which they are much more used to. squirrels are abundant here in the very event. The squirrel starts to sing. Does the squirrel remain in one place?
No. Dances too.
The squirrel shuffles off to Buffalo in slow motion, and
Singing in beautiful bass.
Yeah.
Bass baritone.
beautiful. Yeah. That was transposed professionally, and the squirrel. I keep seeing. I'm only seeing the frog. The squirrel shuffles off to Buffalo this way. The vines all like turn and pursue this squirrel further into the forest, leaving you two alone at this remembrance, at this monument. What would you like to do?
Please stop putting papayas on things.
I'm so sorry. It's my first time with a papaya. I didn't. Well, it seems like the trap has been. Oh, that was like a little squirrel.
Yeah.
Was that like a little pet you had at one time?
Yeah, he's very talented.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. You can conjure him like that. That's fun.
Yeah, it's because I remember him.
I like that.
Has anything changed in this dais since the tentacles have gone away?
The one thing that you would notice is that it looks like the vines themselves were the nature, for the lack of a better word. It was the nature in this area. So now it is bereft of nature. It looks like just this like pile of stones, and it looks like it's been like abandoned and deserted for a century or more, devoid of life.
Interesting. Does past this? Does the path continue on? Or
You would have to look and see if you can find like another. You can easily go to the other side and like look for another path. But it looks like from here, like you're welcome to traverse the forest in whatever direction you want.
okay, I think maybe we should.
Let me just try one thing. I know. It won't be a papaya. It won't be a papaya. Don't freak out or anything. But you haven't met. Well, let's just. And I summon Torch from my hammer. Hi. Hey, Torch.
Hey,
What's up? Perhaps you could just look around the area and see if there's anything like any kind of
Trees.
magic or
There's
anything.
trees.
And I cast Detect Magic at a first level.
the flame like changes color as soon as he Torch initially is just like, yeah, I can see trees, and then you invoke the magic. And there is a manner of an enchantment on the forest itself that is sustaining the life force of the fruit. About a few yards from where you are, if you're facing it like a clock, kind of off towards 11 o'clock, deeper into the forest, a few yards away, Torchy says, "Oh, there's an ancient magic item. It's some sort of evocation magic.
That might be what we're looking for.
There's some necromantic energy to it too.
Ah, cool.
Yes. Wait, I think I know what that object is. Didn't that old guy say something about grapes?
He sure did, yes.
The grapes of wrath.
I was totally in it too.
I was in it.
How dare you?
I was in it, and I heard some laughs from the mezzanine over here. Yeah. The glass menagerie, the grapes of wrath. No big deal.
Dang it! Now I'm just making the connection. That's all right.
But Torch's eyes also blaze as a fire elemental, and he goes, "Oh, the grapes of wrath. I've heard of those."
Cool. I think that's what we're here to get, old Torchy boy.
It looks like they're on someone.
on someone?
Like someone's holding.
Like they're
them.
moving?
They're not. I mean, they're not moving at the moment.
Oh, perhaps. Well, I think we should go. Thank you, Torch.
You're welcome. Yeah. Can I go back in the hammer now?
Yeah, yes.
And I think I look at Marlon and just say, I think over this direction we might be finding the grapes that we need. They're apparently grapes of wrath.
Grapes of Wrath.
I imagine everyone else hears torch as it's just flame. Like,
It's just flickers and flames. Yeah, you heard Brick's part of the conversation. You did not hear. You watched him talk into a flame. The flame changed color, and then Brick talked for a while and echoed a few sentiments, but you heard just like.
I think what we need is over this way.
is there a path leading that direction?
There's a little bit of a path. Yeah,
right.
you're making your way through some trees though.
Perhaps we should head this way.
The flame tell you that?
Yes, it's Torch. You can't understand him, man. I just remembered that. That was probably really weird for you, huh?
A little bit.
Yes, he's a small friend of mine. Okay. He kind of helps me do my magic.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Is it like he's in your head thing? Like you hear him in your head, right? You don't hear him.
Oh no, like he talks. I don't hear him in here. I mean, I hear it. That's how brains work, I think. Right?
But I don't hear it.
No, but you know that most people. You're not pot giant, are you?
No.
Yeah, you probably can't hear it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a
Yes,
giant.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Well,
I'm just realizing I'm kind of weird, huh?
no.
You sure?
No.
All right, let's go.
You two walk out of this monument towards where Torch sort of detected this magic source, and as you the forest in this area gets a little bit thicker. You're kind of having to be very careful and slow. You can see now it's getting a little bit later in the evening, so you can see some firelight. It looks like an encampment has been sort of put up here in another little clearing. A couple of lanterns are hung from a couple of the fruit trees, and you can see a couple of structures. You would have to get a little bit closer to make any more like astute observations, any more detailed observations. But as you are approaching, you can see a couple of folks walking through this little campsite. You can hear some idle conversation. It's still a ways off, so you can't exactly make out exactly what anybody's saying, but you can see them there moving in some of the torchlight as it darkens here on the island. What would you like to do?
Since detect magic is technically concentration up to 10 minutes.
Yes.
Would by the time we've reached this camp, would I still be able to maintain?
I think so. I think yes. Yeah. In 10 minutes, you would have gotten to the edge of it, and like Torch like kind of points towards the camp, gives you a little thumbs up.
But like where in the camp specifically, or
you could see. Yeah, he tries to point to like it's a little blocked from view. The person itself, but he kind of says like he points towards what looks like the main structure, and it looks like a tent that's been put up, like a camping tent, just like a larger sort of one. It looks like it can house about 4 people.
Okay.
So you can see that, and he sort of points, whatever it is, it's inside there.
All right then. Perhaps. I'm afraid we might have to take this from these people here. But if they're the grapes of wrath, like Torch said,
yeah, they shouldn't have wrathful grapes.
I'm not sure if that's maybe it's like a turn of phrase and that's the best kind, or if there's something. I saw terrible necromantic magic coming off of it, though. Perhaps it's the kind of grapes that can raise the dead, real sour grapes. I know that's a saying, but I don't really understand it because I did not know what grapes were before we left.
Oh,
so.
yeah, you didn't.
I know they made wine.
Yeah.
I know they made wine. I know what I say.
Yes,
Because I like to drink it.
Yes.
Do you get it?
I get it.
Ah.
I get it.
Ah.
You have a problem.
I mean, in dwarf culture, someone called me a teetotaler, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I've seen some dwarfs. I mean, my dad, Margaret Gormharth the 12th, he could drink.
Oh, so should we look over? Should we?
Oh, you don't want me to say more about my father? You just want to go do the thing?
Sounds like you're.
We can go do the thing,
Sounds
that's right. That's absolutely correct, yes. Perhaps there's a way we could be sneaky and we could sneak in. Do you seem very lithe. You seem very, very cunning. You seem very like if we could correct me if I'm wrong, but like if there was a way that we could pass through without making a trace. I can't remember if you have that or not.
I appreciate the attempt to not metagame.
I just was like, I've been playing a rogue for way too long in another game.
Oh, I can do a thing.
Oh yes.
Yes. I can. We can pass without a trace.
Bully!
I'm gonna play pass without trace.
Incredible. You burn these 2 key points to what? I'm gonna ask you, Jerron. What? I usually have my casters tell a little bit of a story through adding flavor through their spell casting. This is technically spell casting. What does Pass Without a Trace look like for Marlin? How does that show itself?
The shadow moves around me, like in a circle, and at first it's like under me, but then it starts to not be attached to me anymore, and it moves around both of us in a circle, and then it expands out.
Oh wow!
So that we're shrouded in it.
You see like a shadow that looks like Marlin sort of walk initially with Marlin, and then they start to move independently, and it sort of becomes this 3-dimensional shadow. And you two are enveloped within the Pass Without a Trace. Any stealth checks you make, you have a +10 in addition to whatever you add as your base modifier. Are you heading towards the camp?
Yeah, I think we head towards the camp.
Incredible. I will have you two roll stealth checks, please. So it's a D20 plus whatever stealth modifier you have on your skills check.
I have a -1, which is a surprise to no one. All right, there we go. I can't even roll my dice stealthily.
You get a +10 because
you have a
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
that's Phil rules. It's really good.
Yeah. Wow, I rolled a 3.
A 3. Do you have anything on your stealth modifier?
Yes. So I rolled a 3 + 1 + 10, so 14.
14.
I got 14 -1 or 13 + 10 or 23.
I'm going to.
Sorry, I got moves, maybe.
Incredibly, with the aid of the shadows of Pass Out a Trace from Marlin, even though it kind of offsets Marlin a little bit, having to help another person do it, so he's a little bit less stealthy than he normally would be. Even so, Brick with a huge hammer, this like heavy apron that you're wearing, you move with this shadow as one. I'm gonna have the camp roll to see what they get against that. It's not a good roll for me.
Okay.
I feel like the whole time Brick is in his Pass Without a Trace, like he's just like, we're doing it. We're adventuring. Look at this. They have powers too. This is so cool. Like, he's just like, Marlin,
You are so cool. You are so cool. Has anyone told you how cool you are?
You feel
this is the coolest.
You feel a couple of like leaves or underbrush sort of crunch and crack underneath your feet, and the pass out trace for the most part like silences that sound, so you're hearing like this muffled as you're walking, but a couple of them don't sound as muffled as they normally would, and you hear from the camp as you're getting closer. Hey, did you hear that? It's nothing. Get back to work. This fire's dying down again. All right. Take care of it. Seems nobody has noticed you.
Can we sneak into the tent?
You can definitely attempt to, sure. It is.
That is a bad sign.
I will warn you. It is it's a tent with just a front flap. The flap is currently facing the fire, and it looks like there's a couple folks like crouched over, stoking the fire, kind of relighting it. That was one of the people that was like, "Did you hear that?" But they've gone back to it. You can see as you're getting closer to the camp, there's another person kind of off a distance next to another structure that's next to the tent on the far side. And then you're also kind of hitting the edge of the clearing here as well. So you can see that there's another structure next to you, but it is not lit up by any of the torches. So right now it's sitting in kind of darkness. It's far enough away from the fire that it's out of the light of the fire. So you don't know what is next to you. So getting to the front flap or getting into the tent would require walking past these two folks.
Can I cast dancing lights?
You may.
But I have it so they torch leaps out of the labor's melody and turns into his dancing lights look like small gas lamps, like you would almost street lamps but without the top. But I have them appear like 30 feet out on the other side.
Okay.
And just kind of start dancing and moving.
Ooh, okay.
And it's kind of a distraction.
Incredible. This is where the name Labor's Melody would come into play with most of the rest of the casting of your sorceress magic. The dancing lights kind of glide out with this initial, like, you can hear this soft choir as they appear and start to emit this like dull light and then brighten as you conjure them over to where they are. I'm gonna have them roll to see if they perceive it. Get their stats. Yeah, they certainly do. They certainly see it. Yeah, you could see them immediately start. What was that? Hey, whoa! Did you see? Look at that! What? Did you see those lights? Yeah. I see them. Get the fire started. No, let's use the lights. What if we use the lights? Oh, you think the lights are fire? They look like fire. It's like fire in them. Yes, I do. You know what? I'll go. No, you can't go alone. I'll go with you. The two figures walk off towards where you've set the flames. What do you do?
Go check out the tent.
Now's our chance.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you roll another stealth check for this as you try to enter the tent without being detected.
Oh boy.
Oh, what is this dance?
I got a 28.
Wow.
I have a 15.
28, 15?
Yeah.
Wonderful. You are inside the tent. It's brightly lit in here. You can see like 4 cots that are made up for 4 people. Standing with their back to you is this kind of tall, looks like just a tall human. Completely shaved, bald. Looks like they're like wearing these like spiked shoulder pads that are like strapped on either side. It looks like the back of a Mad Max Fury Road character. Their arms are crossed, and you can see them like looking over a table. As you, I imagine the shot like reverses, like to the other side of the table. You can see this like big, tall, broad-shouldered man standing in front of a table, his arms crossed, Brick and Marlin in the shadow, just on either side of him, Scooby-Doo style, like look around the table. And on the table is a bowl of grapes.
But there's a person standing between us and the grapes.
Correct.
Who's not looking? He's looking at us.
He's looking at the grapes at the moment. He has his back to you two as you've entered the tent.
I think those are, you don't know what grapes look like, but those are grapes. Wow, thank you very much. Yeah. What do you think?
Smaller than I would have thought.
Okay. Yeah.
Because wine is so big, and
There's big ones too. There's jumbo grapes. They have those.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Those are
This has been fun.
Yeah.
There's a big man in front of us, and I'm not sure he knows that we're here. Mostly because you are. This thing is awesome.
It's pretty cool, right?
You can do this just right with yourself.
Pretty fun,
You're
yeah.
like me. That's so fun.
Yeah.
Oh God, this is so cool. Okay. Watch this. Watch this. I sneak up behind this man, and I look at Marlin and I tap this man on the shoulder.
By the way, watch this precedes my favorite D&D plans. Every time. Watch this, you tap him on the... Which shoulder are you tapping him on?
I tap him on the right shoulder.
Okay.
As I'm tapping, Brick says, parenthesis at a second level, I suggest it might be bedtime for the big fellow.
Oh, a suggestion. What's your DC?
It is a wisdom save of 12.
The captain of the bandits here rolled a natural 20.
No! No!
So we're gonna take a break, but when we come back, you're gonna have to roll initiative. You can see my natural 20. You tap. What does the suggestion look like as you cast that spell?
Brick kind of just, much like when his luck points are exhausted, there's just like almost a glow and a little bit of a hum, like from his just his diaphragm. Like it's almost like he's purring, kind of. There's just like a quake kind of hum to him as he just is like, I suggest maybe it's time to go to sleep.
You suggest that it's time to go to sleep. The actually tap him on the shoulder. This magic leaves your hand as this lullaby starts to emanate, and the figure sort of shakes their head. What the? Hey, what are you doing in my tent? I'm gonna have you two roll an ish, because we might die now.
I was really I thought we were gonna be the ones that just made it out. Oh, and drop. My stealth score is very bad. Oh, +10. Okay.
Do we roll a d20 for this?
D20,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
And there's an initiative bonus right at the top as well of your character sheet.
Yours should be pretty high. Oh, it's plus. Right here. Oh, mine is. Oh, I was looking at my proficiency bonus.
17.
17 for
My initiative is
Marlin.
-1. I was like, why is my initiative higher? That because it's not. I got a 9.
9 total?
Yes.
Cool. Everybody's in. Here we go. Top of the round.
Well, David, do we want to talk about our minis?
Oh, we absolutely do. The mini map has been activated. Actually, Marlin's gonna go. Marlin is at top of initiative, so I'm gonna actually have him go first. Geron, the players each have to bring in their own little mini to represent their character. Geron, what is Marlin being played by? Marlin's dead. That's a wrap on Marlin. Thank you so much, everybody.
TPK, all your friends.
This dark stone reminds me of somebody who sneaks around. So
I love it. A shadowy little stone. The mage hand takes it, and it is now on the board. They're in the tent. You can lift it up if you want.
Ooh, there's a tent here.
Ooh.
Now there's a tent.
There's
But
the...
They were like behind him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good because Marlon would be on the left. Brick was on the right, tapping his right shoulder. I'll have you do it now. Brick, what is Brick being played by, Jay?
I have this fun little like stone. I'm not sure what kind of stone it is, but much like brick, it is sturdy and made from stone, much like a dwarf. But it is outrageous and colorful and a little bit weird.
It looks jade. It looks like jade from here.
I'm not. I think it's
Definitely
some kind of turquoise. But yeah, it's a
Really cool.
weird little stone that just makes me think of our weird little guy.
I like that the pair of you are a pair of stones. Wonderful. You are there. Marlon, it is your turn first here in combat. So you have been detected. I imagine that the shadows sort of like disappear and dissipate in the campsite within the tent. This large imposing figure turns towards you. It's actually not that large and imposing. He's a human. He's a little bit taller average than human, but you two are a gnome and a dwarf. So what would you like to do?
I'm gonna attack him.
Incredible. So you go ahead and roll an attack.
Oh no. I rolled a 5.
A 5. You go to start punching this figure who grabs the top of your head and holds you back.
I hate that.
And he goes, "Hey, what's going on, short stuff? What are you trying to pull here?" Do you want to do anything with your bonus action?
Yeah, I will use Flurry of Blows.
Unfortunately, Flurry of Blows requires that you hit on your initial attack.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So normally, absolutely, you would be able to do that. I imagine it's just you starting to flail a little bit as you're trying to punch him, and he's holding you back, palming the top of your head, ending your turn. It is going to be his turn next. So he's going to take his attacks. Let's go ahead and do it. Doing 3 attacks here.
These guys thought they were gonna walk out. No
Guys,
battle,
I really-
and someone may die in the minisode.
Yeah, I really thought we were gonna be the ones. I was like, we're tricky. We're gonna make it out. We're the closest thing we've got to rogues in this party. We're gonna just we're gonna blow everyone's minds. And he rolled a 20 on the
What's Marlon's armor class? So it should be on the shield that's on the top of your character sheet.
11.
11. Okay. So one of the attacks hits Marlon. The third attack he's going to take on Brick. What's Brick's AC?
My AC is 14.
14. Cool. 14. Yeah, he's going to hit both of you with 1 attack each. So,
but I don't like D&D.
please.
Well,
no.
you signed on for a host.
5 points to Brick, and also 5 points to Marlon. As he continues to hold you, he just gives you one quick punch, Marlon, to the chest, and then sort of rears back and he actually switches hands as he's still holding Marlon and punches Brick as well. And he goes, "What are you tapping me on the shoulder for?" And those 2 attacks, he yells out for the other members of the camp, and they've been alerted. But it is your turn first, Brick.
Great. You know, I was trying to, okay. I'm realizing, I was like, oh, meta magic, I picked these differently than I thought. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know your
Back
meta
to
magic.
playing a spellcaster, man.
Also a sorcerer, you also have to remember meta
And I'm
magic.
usually the player that's like, guys, know what you want to do at the beginning of your turn. Understand, but also we're also working in a world in which there's normally more players. So
That's true, yeah. Oh, my turn's every 5 minutes.
yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Then you know what I'm gonna do?
What you gonna do, Brick?
Yo, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Now, okay. What I would like to do
Yes, sir.
is, I would like to Mage Hand. I cast Mage Hand
Okay.
to grab the Grapes of Wrath
Cool. Yeah. You can do that, no issue.
and bring them back to myself.
You can bring them back to you. Yeah, you can do that. That is your action.
Great.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to have meta magic where I could do something else as a bonus action, but unfortunately, bonus action. Haha.
maybe we'll fix that for the campaign.
No.
You're sticking with this?
I picked everything within Fiction of Brick. All of his
Okay.
spells, all of his meta magic is in service of being the best blacksmith he can be.
Understood.
Unfortunately,
I understand. If it was something like, oh, I didn't mean to pick this, I would absolutely allow you to change it.
Unfortunately, Brick is. It's work in a meta perspective. Brick is no longer a blacksmith.
This blacksmith's been called into active duty. The mage hand, it goes to pick up. It looks like the grapes are sort of affixed to this bowl that they're in. So when the mage hand goes in to reach for the grapes, it sort of picks up the whole bowl. So now you see this hand like obscured by a bowl, which comes floating back to you. It's like a hand size. Yeah, it's pretty like a hand size bowl.
As a free action, I look at Marla and say, "Run!"
You have your movement if you want to run on this
and I
turn.
bolt out of
You want to take your full turn to move, to run? Or your full movement?
Yeah, I want to take my full movement out, and I want to.
You would have come from this direction.
Okay.
So if you want to run back that way to your right out of the tent, you absolutely can do that.
Do I see, as I'm running, do I see what that blue thing is?
You can now, yes, as you're running by. The first thing I'll say is that the bandit captain is going to take an opportunity attack on you.
Sure.
Since you're
is.
leaving. He only gets one attack on the opportunity attack though. But that's a natural 20.
No! This man with the 20s!
I'm so sorry.
Why is he so powerful?
I'm gonna roll one die and double that.
I think, look, we're getting rid of those dice.
They're my dice.
I don't care.
They're made of bones. It's not that bad though. 3, so doubled. It's gonna be 6 points of damage to Brick as you say run. He goes no, like punches you, but you aren't stopped, so you're running.
No, what? It was an at 20. Never mind.
Okay. As you're running by, you see in the cell. It is actually like a portable holding cell. There is a creature inside. The creature sort of stalking back and forth on 5 limbs. These like long, softly glowing tentacles growing where a tail is, so it kind of looks like a cat o' nine tails, like sort of one tail split into like these tentacles. They are sort of glowing softly in the darkness now. Again, there's not really a lot of torchlight reaching this, but since the 2 other bandits have like stoked that fire a little bit brighter now, you can see into the cell. I think Brick has heard enough legends of within from within Stone's Throw, like working at the forge. One of these creatures you can see looking out this like it looks like a kabuki theater mask, like made of this fur, and like the fur outlines around its eyes, these sort of softly glowing yellow eyes. And it shimmers for a moment, and you can see like it leaves like a kind of duplicate of itself. And both of them are looking at you for a moment, and then the illusion that it leaves behind disappears. You're looking at a displacer beast within the cell.
Cool, man.
As you run by, the displacer beast speaks to you. And it moves a little shiftily but says, "Grant me freedom. I beg you."
I need to talk to my buddy about it, but
That is your turn, Brick. You can get the maximum distance, or at least you can get to the. Are you stopping at the cell?
yeah, I mean,
Sure. Cool. The bandits have been, their alarm has been raised as the captain puts out the red alert. The two that were distracted by your dancing lights, which actually, unless you dispelled them, do you want to roll a concentration check for them?
you know I do,
Yeah, do it.
just because I can.
Yeah, absolutely. Concentration check, Constitution saving
That's
throw.
23. We're good.
23. They're still like, oh, whoa, hang on, Cap. There's like, oh man, and you can hear like the older, taller one who was kind of the serious one talking about the fire, says, "We gotta go help the captain." They start turning to go. They're gonna use all of their movement to come back.
Okay. So they were like.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to take their full movement to get back to at least the campfire. So they see Brick. One of them looks from you to the cell and sees you like having talked to it, and the younger one goes, "Uh-oh, don't let it out." And the older one sort of looks around as well. It starts to draw its swords, their swords as well. That ends their turn. The other one, I'm going to roll for the other one. You don't know where the other one is at the moment. You can see him. You viewers can see him on the map there. He's on the cart, on the back of the cart. But he's asleep. Marlon, we're at top of the round, so it is your turn once again. Mechanically, the bandit captain's not holding you in place, so you are able to leave. But right now, he is rather bullying you in this moment. So if you would like to do as you will with your turn, you may do so.
Okay. I'm gonna run out.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a monk, because of your incredible stealthiness, agility, and dexterity, and all that, one of your key features, not key features, but key, you can burn a key point to do something called Step of the Wind, which is a bonus action. It allows you to move with a disengage, so the captain is not able to attack you as you leave.
Okay. Would I be able to take an action after that though?
You absolutely can, yeah.
Okay,
So you
okay.
can take a bonus action, or you can do it in any order. So you can
Okay.
you can attack if you want to attack first. You can do that, or if you want to do something else.
Yeah. I think it makes sense if I run first.
Great. And if you want to do the bonus action, Step of the Wind,
Yeah, I'll do Step of the Wind.
you move your movement away from the bandit captain. You sort of glide out of the tent backwards. Do you say anything to the captain as you leave?
Suck it.
Floating away, he just gives you a Degeneration X. Suck it. Some pyrotechnics go off in an X.
You know, Marlon's a gnome of very few words, but really just knows how to drive the point home.
A true laureate. The captain's sort of like, oh, like scandalized. But you move out of the tent. What are you doing with your action?
I'm gonna play Minor Illusion.
A minor illusion. Excellent. What is the illusion?
It is a copy of Brick holding the thing.
The grapes?
Holding the grapes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Running away.
Running opposite from where you are, or where are you going? Or where do you want to place the illusion?
The opposite of the way out.
like right here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. This illusion of Brick appears, holding like the bowl of grapes, and runs off that way. I am gonna do.
And it's yelling, "I'm definitely Brick. These are definitely real grapes."
Can you just roll a deception check for me? So it's a D20 plus deception.
Okay. What is it? All right. Oh, +0. 9.
9. Okay. Wow, 2 8s.
For real?
For reals. 2 8s. That
worked?
So the D&D. The two. I'm not gonna go against the dice. The two twins, the twin bandits, who are like, don't open the. Oh, he's got the grapes. They run after the grape illusion brick. And I'm gonna roll for that guy on the cart again to see if he's woken up by that. He's still that way. I'm getting rid of this dice. Okay, cool. Ending your turn, Marlon. You're now outside with Brick, and you also see the beast within the cell, and it turns and regards you as well, and it recognizes some of the vestments that you're wearing. From the temple of the Shadow Dancer, and it lowers its head a little bit in respect. And it pleads again. Please, mercy. Strangers, mercy. Ending your turn, it's the bandit captain. The captain's gonna walk out. As he's walking out, he's drawing his scimitar now, and you can hear him mumbling under his breath, "I will not suck it." And he comes after. He can get to. Yeah, he's gonna get to there and take his attacks. Okay. 14 to hit Brick.
Shield.
Ooh, shield. What does shield look like for Brick?
Oh, it is a opalescent like fire egg. Like you can still see through it, but it's like little. You can see fireworks in it.
Yeah.
It's just enigmatic.
Sparks fly off it as the scimitar hits the egg of protection, and the captain like rears back a little bit. And that doesn't hit. And the other
in
attack
fiction,
was
I
less.
like to
Yes.
think Brick's never done that before.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, this sort of just a reaction, just inadvertently.
So suck it.
I will not. The shield remains for this round. So your the second hit is lower, so it also doesn't hit. He keeps trying to hit this egg, like break through it, to no avail. It's actually pissed him off a lot. I was gonna split the turn again, but I'm gonna try and do it on the third attack and try to break it or try to hit you through the shield. Worse. What is that? 12, yeah. 3 attacks. He takes all 3 of his attacks against you. The egg protects you, and you just hear the voice of Torch just go, "I got you, buddy. Don't worry." And that ends its turn. You see him like, ah! Brick, it is your turn.
Cool. We'll see if you'll let me do this.
Here we go.
Cool.
And the negotiations begin.
I don't know if this necessarily affects this spell, but
Okay.
Brick is first Brick's like, did you see that? There's a fiery egg around me. I mean, maybe I'm pomegranate after all. And Brick looks at the Displacer Beast and just says, "Are you going to be a good kitty?"
Roll a persuasion check for me.
That's an at 20.
Whoa!
For a 24.
A 24 total, a nat 20, incredible. The Displacer Beast genuflects a little bit and sees the fire around you. Is going to make an educated guess and basically says, "Forge tender. I will be the goodest of kitties."
Well, all right then. Let's party.
Clink.
Just make a simple sleight of hand or dexterity check.
Okay.
It's not an incredibly intricate lock on this door.
Brick close, and we burn another luck point because that was gonna be a 1.
The whole egg glows as you burn a luck point.
That's a 13.
A 13. Click. The lock opens. The door swings open. You hear the bandit captain go, "No, no, you can't let it out!" And the displacer beast bows to you both. Mercy indeed. It's played by this little wolf.
Well, I don't have to do the crazy thing that just for reference.
Yeah.
If I had tried to hug Marlin and Misty step away, would he come with me?
With Misty Step?
Yeah, I don't know if
I don't think
Misty's
so. I think
Dimension Door.
Yeah, rules is written. Dimension Door would take one person. I think Misty Step is just for you because it's a bonus action. Isn't Misty Step a bonus
I
action?
don't think that it is. Son of a gun! I never knew Misty Step was a bonus action.
Master DM.
Shit, Magoot, that's really helpful.
Yeah.
I've been using that wrong for a long time.
That's kind of the balance. Like, so it can't take another person because it's a bonus action. So,
okay.
Yeah. Cool. But yeah. Yeah, you would have just left Marlin. You would have hugged. Basically, you would have hugged Marlin goodbye. Come along. You leave. Marlin's like, what? But the displacer beast immediately. I'm gonna have the displacer beast take its turn. It is going to attack the bandit captain. 18 hits. What
does this thing do?
You see the tentacles all sort of rear forward on the displacer beast. It leaps back. It leans back on like on its haunches. A little butt wiggle and pounces over you guys onto the bandit captain. The bandit captain goes, "No!" As it lands, and all the tentacles like dig into the bandit captain.
What are you doing over there, Lassie?
Are mage hands just playing with toys over there? The bandit captain starts to scream, and it is prone and distracted on the ground. You can see another person stirring on the cart now as it looks over. Boss, what's going on? Oh, holy shit! And he's gonna start trying to scramble over the cart like to get to them, but most of its movement keeps him on the cart. Ending that turn, you hear the voice, like the displacer beast, while the tentacles are still like digging into this bandit captain. The head turns to both of you and says, "Thank you. You should run." And returns to its work. The bandits have run. I'm gonna roll for. They're still distracted by the minor illusion.
Good job, buddy.
Incredible.
I'm definitely Brick. I am running with the grapes. You'll never catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
And it's like it's Marlin's impression of you. It's like, yes, I'm Brick. Look at me. As they are running, I'm gonna drop you guys out of initiative essentially, so you are welcome to take your leave of the campsite if you would like.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
You run as you're running off into the night, into the ever darkening very event. The fruit trees have sort of kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but like they've reversed bloomed, like curled in for the evening to like widen the paths for people who are wandering them at night. And you two have the grapes of wrath. And you can head away from the island if you would like.
Yeah, I think we make a break for the boat.
We should definitely eat a grape, though.
We said we're gonna want to eat the grapes.
We're gonna want to eat. We should eat the grape.
You want to eat just one?
Just one. Just a grape.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw what magic was in this. You know how like sometimes I can see magic, and it's like, this is like good magic. It's like very colorful and fun. When I saw this magic, it was like skulls and bones, and like is bad.
Maybe it's not bad.
Explain your reasoning.
Maybe it's like a fake out. Like it's skulls and bones.
Oh, you're saying like it's a double blind.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I've played poker
Maybe it's
before.
like, don't try these grapes.
But do?
Yes. It's like, don't try me. Please try me.
Look, I'm just saying Alistair was very clear, don't eat the grapes. And I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of, like, this whole gig is kind of a dream come true for Chaboy. So, I mean, I'm not going to stop you if you want to eat one.
I want to eat one.
I dimension door. Or no, I misty step. I'm like, oh, go for it. Bob.
A hand goes to reach for one of the grapes. You misty step away.
I misty step towards the boat. And as I'm running, I'm like, I'm definitely Brick.
You hear two other bandits. We've almost got him. Gramps at the gondolier wakes up. Oh, you're back. You want me to take you back across?
Yes, give him more of your hair. Let's go.
Lovely hair. This certainly won't come back to bite you in the ass. The boat pushes off into the night, into the waves of the Vestern Sea as you head back towards the capital with your quarry in tow. And we're going to go ahead and end there. And we'll see you for the next one on Bonus Action. Bye. Is that a weird ending? Yeah? Should I do it?
We'll figure it out.
Hey, this has been Bonus Action. Why don't you suck it? How's that for your outro?